The universe has a ruthless sense of symmetry. Every thorn thrown your way eventually circles back to pierce the hand that launched it. That's the law of cosmic balance. Nothing escapes the scales. Every move, every word, every hidden intention is recorded in the architecture of energy. Life is not random, it's precise. Those who tried to break you built the staircase you'll climb to your next victory. The ones who laughed at your pain will choke on the silence of your success. The same fire they set to destroy you became the forge that shaped your strength. They call it coincidence. We call it alignment. The universe doesn't miss. Every act of sabotage triggers a response. Every attempt to dim your light only teaches it how to burn cleaner, brighter, unstoppable. The critics who bet against you are unknowingly funding their own downfall. Their obsession becomes their punishment. Their envy becomes their education. You're not fighting them. You're being refined by their resistance. You are the storm they invited but never prepared for. So if you can feel that shift, the tightening air, the rearranging energy, it's because the cosmos is moving in your favor. Those who played dirty are learning what clean consequences feel like. And you, chosen one, are stepping into the frequency they feared most, unbothered power. Like and subscribe, because this message isn't for everyone. It's for those who rise when others conspire. Your rise was never revenge. It was always destiny disguised as payback. Before we dive deeper, take a breath. Because what's coming next isn't just another message, it's a mirror of what's unfolding in real time. This month, energies are shifting, and people you thought were gone are quietly plotting their way back. But you're not the same person they once knew. You've evolved beyond their reach. If you're feeling that strange pull lately, that tension in the air, that's confirmation that this message is meant for you. So before we break it down, do 3 things right now. Hit that like button, subscribe so more chosen ones find their clarity, and drop "I'm protected" in the comments to lock in your energy. Because once we begin, everything hidden will start revealing itself. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why certain people are resurfacing and why they'll regret trying. Number 1. Answer the spiritual siren before it shatters your peace. Listen closely, because what's coming next could save you from repeating a cycle that's already tried to destroy your peace once before. When life closes a door, it's not rejection, it's protection. Some connections weren't meant to be revisited, no matter how familiar the knock sounds. What you left behind wasn't a missed opportunity, it was an expired assignment. Going back to it would be like trying to breathe life into ashes. There's a reason the universe sealed that chapter. It knew what your heart didn't want to admit. Lately, you've been sensing movement in the unseen. Those sudden memories, the dreams that feel too vivid to dismiss, that strange pull in your chest when their name crosses your mind. It's not coincidence, it's residue. Their energy has been circling you like a moth around light, desperate to be felt again. They're not reaching out because they've changed. They're reaching out because they can feel you detaching, drifting into a version of yourself where they no longer exist. And that terrifies them. They once fed on your attention, your kindness, your presence. Now they can only survive by trying to invade your silence. Understand this. When you start healing, your absence becomes their mirror. Every quiet day you spend in peace reminds them of the chaos they created. Every victory you celebrate in solitude exposes their failure to break you. They're haunted by your evolution because deep down they know it highlights their stagnation. The universe has a cruel way of teaching those who once played with fire. They eventually burn in the flames they set for others. And the irony? You were the fireproof one all along. These dreams, these signs, they're not warnings for you to reconnect. They're confirmations of your progress. You're shedding frequencies that can't exist in your new reality, and those tied to your old one are gasping for air. Their thoughts reach for you like echoes in a canyon, but echoes fade when the mountain stands tall, and you, chosen one, are that mountain now. You used to dream of building something together, plans that looked solid until you realized they were built on borrowed energy. You were creating legacy while they were chasing comfort. You were growing while they were looping. You were unlocking freedom while they were clinging to control. You were the architect, they were the anchor, and anchors can't rise. So when the temptation comes to reopen that door, remember, nothing good ever comes from resurrecting what was meant to rest. The peace you've earned is the price you paid for letting go. You can't reclaim your light by stepping back into someone else's shadow. Let them miss the version of you that no longer exists. Let them feel the weight of your absence as their consequence. You're not walking away, you already walked through. The lock was turned long ago. The only question is whether you'll honor that closure or let curiosity rewrite your pain. The past is knocking, but the future is calling louder. Number 2. Cut off the past before it creeps back into your future. There comes a moment when the past doesn't knock, it slithers. It shows up disguised as nostalgia, wearing the same smile that once deceived you, whispering, "I've changed." But chosen one, don't fall for the echo. The same energy that drained you before is trying to sneak back into your frequency, hoping you've forgotten how much peace costs to rebuild. When people realize they've lost access to your energy, they don't mourn you. They strategize. They replay your kindness like a broken loop, searching for the weakness that let them in the first time. This month, the past will test your boundaries. It might text, call, or accidentally appear where you are. But remember, nothing about it is accidental. They've studied your rhythm, memorized your patterns, and they think they can still dance in your energy like before. What they don't know is that you've upgraded your locks and changed your vibration. You're not the same person who tolerated half-effort apologies and recycled intentions. You've outgrown the game. Cutting off the past isn't cruelty, it's clarity. It's refusing to let old energy contaminate a future built on lessons learned the hard way. You're not obligated to reopen a door just because someone finally noticed what they lost. The universe removed them for a reason. Don't rewrite the lesson because they're suddenly uncomfortable in the silence they created. Let them plot, let them plan, let them convince themselves that they still have a chance. The truth is, they're knocking on a door that no longer exists. You burned that bridge not out of anger, but out of evolution. The only direction left for you is forward, into the version of yourself that no past can haunt, no manipulation can reach, and no apology can undo. Number 3. Guard your dreams before they become gateways for the unhealed. When you close your eyes at night, the battlefield doesn't disappear, it just shifts dimension. Dreams are not harmless movies, they're open channels. And lately, some of you have been feeling it, their energy slipping through the cracks of your subconscious. The ones who once drained you in daylight are now trying to sneak back through your sleep, using memory as their disguise. That random dream that felt too real, that sudden emotional heaviness when you wake, that's not nostalgia, it's intrusion. They're not visiting your dreams because they miss you. They're doing it because they can't reach you anywhere else. You've leveled up too far for their words to land, too high for their manipulation to touch. So now they're sending energy into your rest, hoping to reattach to what you've already cut loose. But understand this, your dreams are sacred ground. What you see in them is your mind protecting what your soul has already claimed. The universe is showing you who's still trying to access your frequency, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Chosen one, not everyone deserves access to your dream space. You worked too hard to build that peace, to clear that mental terrain, to let old ghosts redecorate it with their chaos. From now on, you guard your rest like a fortress. You go to sleep with intention. You decide what enters and what exits. Because the unhealed will always try to touch you through the invisible when they can't reach you in the physical. Remember, your dreams are blueprints for the future, not backdoors for the past. When someone shows up in them, don't chase the meaning, close the gate. Protect your peace at every level, even the ones that exist between worlds. Number 4. Stop trading your light for someone else's shadow. When you start glowing, shadows get louder. Some people don't come into your life to grow beside you. They come to stand close enough to your light so they can pretend they shine too. They'll call it love, they'll call it loyalty, but it's really camouflage. The moment your glow threatens to expose their darkness, they'll dim you just to stay comfortable. You've got to understand this. Your light was never meant to make others feel safe in their shadow. It was meant to reveal the truth about who's standing beside you. The people plotting to come back this month aren't returning because they miss you. They're returning because your glow has gotten brighter, and they can't handle being unseen. They remember how your energy made them feel important, how your warmth made their cold world tolerable. But the thing about light is, it doesn't belong to anyone. You don't dim it to make others stay. You let it burn, even if it blinds them. They'll tell you they've changed. They'll try to convince you that they're ready to meet you where you are now. But watch closely. Their energy doesn't lie. They're not trying to heal with you. They're trying to hide behind you again. Don't give them shade when they've done nothing but block your sun. Being chosen means you can no longer trade brightness for belonging. You don't negotiate with the dark. You outgrow it. You're not arrogant for protecting your light. You're wise for knowing it's sacred. The universe didn't pull you out of their chaos just so you could volunteer to go back. Let them learn in their own shadow. Let them face the cold they created. You keep walking toward the horizon. That's where your next chapter waits, blinding, unstoppable, and undeniably yours. Number 5. Silence the pretenders who feed on your downfall. Pretenders are the parasites of progress. They clap when you're crawling, but choke when you start running. They hide behind smiles that feel supportive, but sting in silence. Their applause is counterfeit, loud when you fall, quiet when you rise. These are the ones who claim to stand with you, yet secretly crave your collapse. The moment you distance yourself, they panic because their identity depends on your downfall. They need you doubting yourself just to feel balanced. Chosen one, your growth exposed them. Your silence stripped their disguise. Every victory you've earned has cornered them in the mirror of their own envy. They study your every move, not to learn, but to find cracks. Yet, what they don't realize is this: your elevation wasn't built on their validation, it was built on their betrayal. The same hands that tried to pull you down became the pressure that sculpted your power. When you stop feeding their hunger for drama, they starve. When you stop responding to their subtle digs, they crumble. Energy is currency, and they've been overdrawing from your account for far too long. This month, when one of them tries to crawl back with a friendly smile or just checking in, know that it's not affection, it's addiction. They miss access, not you. The universe is already handling their karma. Your only task is distance. Let them talk. Let them twist. Let them drown in the echoes of their own gossip. You were never their competition. You were their compass, and without you, they're lost. Keep shining, keep ascending, because the loudest revenge is quiet success witnessed by those who hoped to bury you. Number 6. Take back the energy they stole and starve their chaos. There comes a moment when you realize the people who once stood close weren't keeping you company, they were siphoning your strength. Every compliment that felt slightly sharp, every crisis that always seemed to arrive when you were finally peaceful, it was all part of the same pull on your energy. The truth is, some people don't feed you, they feed off you. They're addicted to your light because they've long forgotten how to generate their own. Now the tide is turning. The same energy they stole is returning to its source, you. Each time you refuse to answer that late-night text, every time you choose silence over explanation, you cut off a supply line to their chaos. Watch how quickly they start scrambling once you stop pouring life into their empty cups. Their power isn't fading because the world turned on them, it's fading because you stopped sustaining it. Don't confuse absence with weakness. Withdrawing your energy is the loudest statement you can make. You're not punishing them, you're reclaiming your atmosphere. The storms they tried to trap you in will start circling back to them. That's balance in motion. They called you dramatic for protecting your peace. Now they'll learn that peace was the very thing keeping them afloat. So pull your light back. Reinforce your boundaries like electric fences, untouchable, undeniable. When you no longer power their narrative, their chaos collapses under its own weight. The noise will rise before it fades. That's how imbalance dies. Stand still, chosen one, and watch what happens when those who once fed on your energy are forced to live off their own. Number 7. See through the "I've changed" trap before it hooks you again. They'll come back with the same face, but a new mask. The "I've changed" speech. The "I'm different now" performance. The "I finally understand what you meant" act. But if you look closely, the script hasn't changed, only the delivery. Their words are polished, but their intentions are still jagged. This is the trap that catches even the strong ones, believing that time alone equals transformation. But real change isn't rehearsed, it's revealed. And those who truly evolve don't announce it, they embody it. Chosen one, they've been watching from a distance. They've seen your glow up, your peace, your quiet confidence that doesn't need to be proven. They sense your energy has leveled up, and now they want a piece of it again. Not because they've grown, but because they can't recreate what they had with you. You were their access point to light, and without you, they've been stumbling in the dark. So now they'll test your boundaries with a softer tone, humble eyes, and the same old manipulation dressed in maturity. Remember this truth: apologies don't rewrite patterns, and performance doesn't equal progress. The same person who drained you before will drain you again, just slower this time, smoother, smarter. They'll mirror your growth, speak your language, even quote your healing journey back to you like they lived it. But it's mimicry, not mastery. They studied you to gain entry, not to evolve. This month, when someone reappears with the perfect words and practiced regret, pause. Don't let sentimentality sabotage your wisdom. You don't owe anyone access just because they claim enlightenment. Sometimes the ultimate test isn't whether they've changed, it's whether you have. And if you truly have, you won't fall for what you've already healed from. Number 8. Purge their residue before it pollutes your spirit. Every connection leaves fingerprints on your energy. Some cleanse you, others contaminate you. And the people plotting their return right now, the ones you already walked away from, still carry the dust of chaos on their hands. They don't want closure, they want contact. Their energy is heavy, sticky, magnetic in all the wrong ways. You'll feel it before you see it. The random anxiety, the strange fatigue, the unease that comes out of nowhere. That's not imagination, it's exposure. Their residue is trying to cling back to you. You've done too much healing to be anyone's dumping ground again. You've scrubbed your spirit raw, rebuilt your peace from the ground up, and now you have to defend it like sacred territory. When toxic energy tries to reattach, it doesn't knock, it seeps. It disguises itself as concern, nostalgia, apology. But poison tastes sweet at first sip, doesn't it? That's why you must purge before you entertain. Clean your inner space the same way you'd protect a new home. No uninvited guests, no emotional clutter. Remember, what's trying to come back isn't love. It's leftover chaos seeking shelter. They can't handle the silence you've built. It's too loud with their guilt. The universe already recycled their role. Don't drag expired frequencies into your new season. You are no longer a host for their healing or their harm. Stand firm in your clarity. Protect your boundaries like armor. Let their energy return to sender, unclaimed and unabsorbed. Because when your spirit stays pure, everything connected to you, your peace, your goals, your opportunities, flows clean and unstoppable. They had access once, and they misused it. This time, their entry is denied. Purge their residue. Keep your light uncontaminated. Your next level depends on it. Number 9. Trust the tightness. Your body knows what your heart denies. When the air around you feels heavy for no reason, when your stomach knots at a message you haven't even opened yet, that isn't paranoia, it's precision. Your body is a radar tuned to frequencies your mind hasn't processed yet. It catches deceit before it's spoken, danger before it's visible. Every shiver, every sudden drain, every breath that suddenly feels shorter around certain people, that's truth arriving before language does. Chosen ones, understand this: the body never lies. Your heartbeat quickens, not from fear, but from recognition. It remembers what your spirit survived. That tightening in your chest when their name appears isn't nostalgia. It's your nervous system begging you not to repeat the lesson you've already learned. The tension in your shoulders isn't stress, it's your intuition bracing for impact, whispering, "We've been here before." Those plotting your return think they can trick you with words, with sentiment, with fake evolution. But energy doesn't lie, and your body reads it faster than your mind can rationalize it. They might smile sweeter, speak softer, move smarter, but your pulse will tell you the truth every time. Listen to it. The body keeps score of every betrayal, every manipulation, every moment you swallowed pain to keep peace. It remembers. This month, when someone reaches out, don't analyze their tone, feel their effect. If your peace shrinks when their name enters your orbit, that's your answer. The universe wired you with an alarm system disguised as instinct, and ignoring it has always cost more than listening. Trust the tightness. It's not fear, it's memory. It's not anxiety, it's guidance. The body is the messenger the universe uses when your heart tries to romanticize the past. Respect it, because every time you honor that signal, you prove that you've finally mastered what used to break you. Number 10. Hold the line. Breakthrough always tests your boundaries first. When the breakthrough is close, the tests always come disguised as temptation. The universe doesn't ask, "Are you ready?" It sends you proof in the form of pressure. Right before everything shifts, the old cycle always circles back to see if it still has control over you. That text, that apology, that sudden interest from someone who ghosted you months ago, none of it is random. It's the universe checking your strength. The moment you hold your line, you unlock your next level. But the second you lower it, you start the same loop all over again. This month, you'll notice familiar energy trying to slip through the cracks. Someone will test your boundaries under the disguise of closure, peace, or just checking in. Don't fall for it. They're not coming back to reconnect. They're coming back to confirm they still have access. That's their currency. But you, chosen one, are not a free pass anymore. You've learned that every time you give old energy a chance, it costs you momentum, focus, and peace. Understand this. Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates that only open for those aligned with your growth. People who drained you before will pretend to be harmless now, but patterns don't lie. They might act healed, but their true motive will always reveal itself when you say no. That's when their mask cracks. So when you feel that tug to answer, pause. When the old tries to return, remember. Breakthroughs don't come with comfort, they come with tests. You're being evaluated by the energy you allow. Hold your line, no matter how familiar the knock feels. Your silence will speak louder than any explanation. This is the universe's final question. Have you learned to protect what you prayed for? Number 11. Let their regret rot while you rise untouched. They're watching you from the sidelines now, haunted by their own choices, suffocating in the silence they once begged the universe for. It's poetic, really. The same mouths that whispered against you are now dry from swallowing the taste of regret. They threw stones at your climb, but those stones became the steps beneath your feet. Every insult was fuel. Every betrayal was blueprint. Every attempt to dim your light just taught you how to glow without permission. Let their regret rot. Don't rescue them from the mess they built while trying to bury you. They wanted to see you fall, but instead you learned how to fly through the wreckage. You were their test, and they failed it miserably. They mocked what they couldn't understand, and now they sit replaying every moment, realizing they handed you your crown the moment they doubted your worth. You became the karma they never saw coming, not through revenge, but through results. You don't need to expose them, life already is. The universe has a way of echoing every intention, and theirs is echoing back as isolation, stagnation, and sleepless nights. You're not responsible for easing that discomfort. You are the living reminder of what they lost: peace, alignment, access. Every win you collect is a mirror they can't stand to look into. Keep rising, keep glowing. Keep walking past their apologies disguised as nostalgia. The more you ascend, the heavier their guilt becomes. Don't look down. Their downfall isn't your celebration. It's your confirmation. You were never meant to fight for closure when success speaks louder than revenge. Let them drown in what they brewed. Let their regret decay in silence, while your evolution becomes the noise they can't escape. Number 12. Close the door and walk into the destiny they can't follow. When certain people fall out of your life, it's not always a loss. Sometimes it's a divine eviction notice delivered by the universe itself. Not everyone is meant to walk through the same door you do, especially when that door leads to elevation. Some are simply too heavy to carry into your next chapter. You've already seen it. The moment you start glowing, they start scheming. The moment you detach, they start plotting their return. It's not love pulling them back. It's curiosity mixed with panic. They can feel that your energy no longer includes them, and that realization burns hotter than any revenge you could serve. You owe no explanations, no second chances, no closure sessions for people who watched you struggle and stayed silent. You already gave them access once, and they showed you why it was a mistake. Don't mistake their guilt for growth or their nostalgia for transformation. They're not drawn to you because they've changed. They're drawn because you have. They miss the control, not the connection. They crave the glow, not the grind that created it. When they circle back this month, and they will, remember this truth. Every comeback attempt is just proof that your absence was power. You've become the quiet storm they didn't prepare for, the success story that refutes every lie they told about you. Close that door without hesitation, seal it with silence, because what's waiting beyond it isn't repetition, it's rebirth. Let them watch you from the distance they created. Let your peace be the punishment, and your progress be the proof. You're walking into a reality built for those who learned to protect their energy. And the best part? Where you're going, they can't follow. And as this story closes, remember this: every plot against you only confirmed your power. The universe isn't testing you anymore, it's showcasing you. You've earned your peace, your rise, your next level. The same ones who tried to block you will have no choice but to watch you win from behind closed doors. Their chapter ended the moment you chose yourself. If this message hit your spirit, don't scroll away. Hit that like button, subscribe to stay aligned with this energy. Drop the number 99 in the comments to lock in your protection and share this so more chosen ones awaken to their power.